So first we made our brine, and that was actually last Sunday night. And then Monday we put our meat into the brine, and we've been turning it every day since. We showed you how to turn it. And then last night, Saturday night, we got things started. We're having kind of a lunch party, and so we needed things done for about 1:30 today. And so when we put our meat together, we wrapped everything in the foil. We ran 1 hour at 300 degrees in the oven with our 9.5 pound brisket. And that jumped our temperature. We went from about 40 degrees to about 70 degrees, and that gave us that just little step off point so that we can cut our hours a little bit. It's really close to an hour a pound then, to get it up to our desired temp. We wanted to get up to we hit a little over 200, about 205, 210. And then once we had that, we backed the oven down to 170, and we went, so it was an hour at 300. We did about 9 hours at 200. And then we've been about 6 hours now at 170, and actually about 4.5, 5, because we just turned it off and left it in the oven and let it go. We also did our crock pot one, and once I get this one out, we did our crock pot one, and I put it on low for 8 hours and then keep warm after that. And so we'll have both of those for you to see in just a moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my temperature probe. We are still at 160 internal. Okay. And so we had our temperature probe in the largest, thickest portion of the meat. Get this off here. And we contained really all of our rendered down fat. So it kind of cooked in its own juices. And then the way I like to cut them is I take a cutting board, and I put it inside of a sheet tray so that I can put the meat on it and not have juices go everywhere on my countertop. There we go. So we've got that one there. And I'm going to set this off to the side. Then I've got my crock pot one. And the second tray here to put it on. And we're currently, so the way the crock pot cooks, it keeps it around 180 all the time. So it cooks a little bit differently, but it's very simple to kind of set it and forget it. I've got that. This one was a 4 or 4.5, I don't recall exactly its weight. And we can see that it's had enough time to rest, that it's pretty loose. Go ahead and get some slices off of it here. Yeah, and it's to the point where it's starting to pull apart a little bit. This other knife. Sometimes a serrated knife works just a little bit better. Yeah, and it's pulling apart here on the side where it's smaller. But that's okay. So I'll take a few slices off of our large one that was cooked in the oven. And it's just a little bit stiffer, a little bit firmer in the narrow area here. I actually noticed that the temperature came up faster in the crock pot than it did in the oven. It's also a smaller piece of meat. We've got some nice all the way through red. Take a few slices off the fat end here. This is a little bit, you kind of see it jiggles. It's a little bit looser on this end. Yeah, we've got some really nice, let's see, taste a piece. That is really tender. That came out great. So, put some more instructions in the description, but that is our corned beef, corned at home, and it's delicious.